Hello everyone, how's it going? This is Gabriel, and this is the Rise Atlantis show. The topic for today will be, I almost forgot to plug this in, make the music sound better. I need to raise it up a little bit more. Let me see here. Okay. So you can hear the drums and the bass more. That plug connects to the speakers on the side, so it sounds better. The topic for today, also let me adjust this down more. The topic for today will be space travel in regards to Elon Musk of the SpaceX rocket launch today. So it's very exciting. Very exciting what's happening in the new space race. So hopefully Elon Musk establishes bases on the moon and Mars soon with people living in colonies. So hopefully Elon Musk can get it going, because no diss to NASA or anything, but they have never really advanced to that part yet. Though they had the first space race when they went to the moon, why did they stop on the moon? So a lot of conspiracies arise that it was fake. They said they ran out of money, but such a great accomplishment, endeavor, shouldn't have stopped there. It should have kept going. So that's where the reason, the theory that the moon landing was hoax comes in. So we'll go ahead and get into the news articles. I have a bunch of windows open, so I'm just going to really rush through the articles quick. With this show is a very easy way to see all the news of the day, because I get like so many articles and compile it all together and crunch it all in so it don't take too long. Let's see here. Okay. Newly discovered form of water ice is really strange. What is it doing? Let's see here. Let's just get to the point here. I don't like to fill up too much time, because a lot of these articles, so many words to read, you know. We just want to get to the main parts of it, you know. So it's a new liquid. It's made up of both solid and liquid. Can shift between many different configurations. It's made with oxygen, which positively charged hydrogen and nuclei move. It is known to exist naturally anywhere on Earth, but there may be bountiful farther out in the solar system, including in the mantles of Uranus and Neptune. Water is a simple molecule, 2 hydrogens attached to 1 oxygen. The 3 atoms normally form a V shape. In the unusual ice found on Earth, the V's connect into an airy structure. That is why water, unlike most every other substance, expands when it freezes. So when water it expands when it freezes, it's because of the V structure. When squeezed, the hydrogens and oxygen shuffle into each other. Crystal structures. Scientists now know of more than a dozen different types of ice. So there's different types of ice. One forms a crystal alignment, another a solid alignment, another hydrogen nuclei or ions flow through a liquid. As though as if the water ice is partially molten, like kind of like rock, has like a very thick dense structure to it. So more along those lines, they're making new water ice that is different. It's thicker and acts differently. So that's strange. Next story is loading. Meditation does not make you a calmer person. Buddhist practice leaves people just as aggressive and how do you say this word? Prejudiced. 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 Reveals studies finds. So they're saying it doesn't make you calmer. Mysterious unknown plants and magical powers and properties. Let's see which ones. Trying to find the names of them, they're not saying. Okay, a magic mushroom known as the lingzi. Is that a hallucinogenic? They call it magic mushroom. Let's see here. It's non-hallucinogenic. A supernatural mushroom. And what does it do? Halts it completely, they say. Completely halts the aging process and may lead to immortality. So we'll see about that. You know, how much does that cost? Okay, let's see which other ones. It is hard to sift through all this. There's so many words. So still they're just talking about Lindsay. This is what it looks like. Oh my god, it looks like some kind of liver or organ or something. It's all red too. Get a good close up of that. It looks very red. It's some kind of gross organ. Man, but they say it's a medicinal mushroom. They need to mass produce them and make them cheaper. In Hindu lore, there is another legendary drink variously called Amrieta or Soma, which was said to grant immortality and which was crafted from sort of unknown plant. Let's see. Claimed to be drunken by the gods and meant to achieve everlasting life. They're not really saying like what it is, what's in the drink. They're not saying the type of plant. They call it Amrieta. Amrieta is what they're calling the name of this plant. It can be mixed with the milk of a cow. They're not showing what Amrieta looks like. It produces hallucinations or altered state of consciousness. That's not good. Too many hallucinogenics drives people crazy. It messes up the brain, so that's not good. Well, that's not good. It's a hallucinogenic. We as Christians stay away from all those. Let's see here. Whatever Amrieta was made of, or whether it really works at all, we will probably never know. Did they say it went extinct? Not that I can find. So, they'll see what it looks like. One of the most versatile and mysterious of lost plants. All these are lost; they don't exist anymore. With phenomenal properties, which was an herb known as silphium. Sounds like the Seraphim. Was in ancient Roman Empire. The weight in gold. It weighed more than gold. Let's see here. It looked like yellow flowers. Called to be a wonder medicine. It was an aphrodisiac. Let's see here. It preserved food. Let's see here. It was easy to grow. Grew fast. Okay, this is an ancient Greek currency with an image of a sylphium. So as you can see, it looks like some kind of tree or something. They're going up and branches sticking out. There's a long article here. Looks like some kind of crop of corn or something. Okay, so that's basically that with that story. Let's see here. SpaceX Falcon Heavy rocket launches successfully. It launched today. I saw it live on TV. And it's crazy because when it went into space, the boosters that sent into the sky, it came back down and landed on the pads, reversed the same way it launches out. It went and landed back in. So to make them reusable. Most powerful rocket ever by Elon Musk. Containing 27 engines. Enough thrust to generate more than 5 million pounds. Akin to the equivalent of 18 Boeing 747 aircrafts. Wow. It will be able to lift a payload of more than 64 tons into orbit. Twice as much as the Delta 6 Heavy IV, at 1/3 the cost according to SpaceX. The payload the Falcon Heavy is carrying a dummy cargo of a Tesla Roadster and a dummy pilot inside the Roadster, codenamed Starman, playing the David Bowie song of the same name. So it's really interesting because the rocket is going to be in space and it's going to launch out a Tesla car, and it's going to go around the sun, orbiting the sun. And on each side of the opposite area will be the rocket and the car, and they'll be forever in perpetual motion of orbit around the sun. So that's pretty tripped out. Let's see here. Flight was scheduled for 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but was pushed back to 3:45 Eastern Standard due to a wind shear. It fired from Launch Complex 390A at Kennedy Space Center in Florida. SpaceX said that when the rocket achieves liftoff, it will be the most powerful operational rocket in the world by a factor of 2. The company added that Falcon Heavy side cores are flight proven. Both previously supported independent Falcon 9 missions in 2016. Elon Musk is saying there's an extremely tiny chance it could crash into the red planet Mars. Musk said in comments obtained by the New York Times, but it is unlikely to happen. Later in the year, it's scheduled to launch a communication satellite for a Saudi Arabian satellite operator called Arabsat. It is also scheduled to launch a test payload for the U.S. Air Force as soon as June, allowing the branch of U.S. military to determine whether the rocket is capable of launching national security payloads. Musk said late Tuesday that the booster hit the water at 300. I thought it didn't land in water. Huh. It said the launch spacecraft two-side boosters successfully landed back at Cape Canaveral. However, the central core did not stick the landing on a floating drone ship 300 miles off Florida coast. So the central unit, the central core, was supposed to land on a landing pad on a floating drone 300 miles off Florida, but it missed and went into the water. It hit the water 300 miles per hour because it could rely only on one of the three engines needed to land. So it's weird how the boosters landed back perfectly on, but the main central core didn't. Was the first attempt to land 3 boosters in the same launch. Shortly after launch, Elon Musk tweeted remarkable video footage of Tesla Roadster and Starman in space. So what you're about to see right here is actual video of the flying car in space. Hopefully the video loads. Let's see. How long is the video? Okay, it's only 20 seconds. This is funny. Look. That's the dummy to the right, and that's the convertible. Look, it's a convertible flying out there in space. Isn't that something? So it's a convertible. And it's flying out in space. That's actual video. They're saying that that is not CGI. This is actual video. Actual video. Isn't that something? It looks CGI, right? That is something else. So, that's actual video of the dummy, not a real human, in a convertible Tesla floating out there in space right now. Now, what are the chances that it could come back in crashing in Earth? So that's that story. That's pretty cool. Big ups to Elon Musk. I hope he gets us to the moon and Mars soon. They're saying he's planning for us to be on Mars, humans on Mars in 2023. Earthquake tilts buildings in Taiwan. Rescuers look for trapped victims. Dang, look at this. It's making buildings topple over. It's sad. Prayers to people in China. Rescuers Wednesday morning working to reach 5 people trapped. More than 170 unaccounted. So how many are injured and died? They're not saying yet. Injured 219 people. 2 of them critically in Hualien County. How many injured? There's 173 missing. So it injured 219. No reports of deaths yet. Only 1 hotel employee died when the ground floor caved in. Man, it's gotta be so scary. It's sad. Magnitude 6.4 earthquake. So it's tilting all the buildings over there in China. have to count our blessings if we live in parts of the world where there's no disasters. And we should donate to charities. Next story. Creationist speaker barred from college campus as tolerant LGBT group complains. So I guess the group is angry at him because he's talking against them. I mean, that happens all the time. What's so different about that? Second rabbi murdered by terrorists in ongoing knife intifada. So they're starting to kill the rabbis now, over there in Jerusalem. The terrorists are killing rabbis in Israel. Terrorists are killing rabbis in Israel. U.S. pulling troops from Iraq after crushing ISIS, so they're declaring victory now. Will Hamas use humanitarian excuse to start war with Israel? Next story. Okay, let's see. A grim reminder of North Korea's atrocities. Otto Warmbier's father to attend Winter Olympics opening. So that seems interesting. We really have to do something with North Korea. Vice President Pence travels to Asia on a mission to hold North Korea accountable. McDonald's French fries could hold key to baldness cure. They're finding a new chemical in it that's making people grow their hair. Sessions calls for a fresh start at the FBI. Well, you know the FBI is going to hate that. Everyone to be replaced? I don't think that's a good idea. Trump tells Pentagon to plan a military parade. So there's going to be a military parade coming up. Musk wants to land on Mars in 2022 is what I was talking about, and plan to set up a colony there. Next story. Elon Musk just launched our earth-shaking new adventure. This will be in part of the topic of the day also. New space age began Tuesday, even though so much of it felt like the old one in a good way. Let's see here. So this rocket's going to fly near Mars, and it's going to be orbiting the sun. Let's see here. So let's see what else. Okay, let me see something. There was a red Tesla Roadster. That's where the car. This is what the rocket that will land in Mars will look like. Like some kind of egg-looking craft. Let's see here. That's about it on that. Okay, next story. There's a water gun that can pierce concrete. What's this special chemical? Let me see here. Yeah, trying to load it and sift through all of it. Okay, so they're not saying what the chemical is made out of. I guess they don't want people to start making this chemical, using it for bad purposes. YouTube star Keon Lawley loses movie gig after racist comments. What race was it to? No. I'm not saying who it was to. Hey, when you see news articles and they don't explain what's in it, you know, they don't. They're not saying who he directed it to. I hate it when news stories do that. So Logan Paul is back. I hope he cleans up his act, really, because people are, if they keep seeing him do a lot of immoral stuff, he may lose even more fans. So I hope Logan Paul, I mean, it's hard because he's a comedian, that's what he does. But to push buttons too much, I hope he doesn't, I hope he cleans up his act. You know? Again, no one's perfect, but I guess he seems like if he becomes too perfect, he'll be boring. But you don't have to be boring to be perfect, you know. When bad ideas happen to good chips. What chips? Oh yeah, this was the Doritos. Women are getting angry that they're saying for women only. Let's see. Okay, four more articles. We'll get into the talk of the day. The space travel. Sarah Silverman and Michael Sheen split up. Sarah Silverman's a comedian. And I think Michael Sheen is Charlie Sheen's brother, right? Good story. Let's see. California deputies pull over 2 hot air balloons. Can you believe it? So now they're arresting hot air balloon drivers. It's getting pretty absurd. That they're flying extremely low and possibly smacking into a residence. Well, that I can understand. I mean, yeah, look how low this is. But then again, is it going to do much damage? Well, maybe if it tips over and the flame catches the roof on fire, that could really be a big health hazard. And not just health hazard. I could set houses on fire, so that's not good. I can see that. I remember a helicopter. There was a pilot in there one time in 2009. It was flying right above my roof, man. They had the nerve to do that. And that's when I started posting the first videos to Rise Atlantis. They were trying to scare me and intimidate me. Now, it's weird because could they be the Men in Black? They don't want me to talk about human cloning and hybrids? I think so, man. They're trying to scare me. Here's the roof of my house. They were like flying right like this, right above. I wish I had a camera to record them. Because if I did, those jerks could have went to prison. And I can't believe they had the nerve to do that. A black helicopter. And they do that a lot to people. They try to intimidate people and scare people. If only I would have recorded them. What sucks is you can't get proof of their license plate. You can't get proof of who they are. You know, they hide their license plates, and you can't see who they are. You know, it's not like they're wearing name tags on their shirts where you could zoom in a camera and see it. These people are cowards to be trying to intimidate us like this, and they hide in different forms. You know, so the Men in Black, they are harassing people. They've done it to me, and they're doing it to so many other people. And I know it's not going to be the first. They're going to keep attacking me. They're going to keep attacking us all. It's like Jesus said, that we will be persecuted in the last days, and these are the last days. The Men in Black, they really want me silenced, but they are not going to win. Contractor promised 30 million meals to Puerto Rico. Only 50,000 were delivered, lawmakers asked why. So that's weird. Poland's Holocaust law should terrify you. That Poland is trying to go after like ethnic cleansing as well, like the Jews, like the Nazis did. Maybe not as bad, but they're still trying to do it in a certain way. So now getting to the topic of today, which is space travel. And going back to how the Men in Black is attacking me, they cannot take away our freedom of speech. Our freedom of speech is so strong. And if they dare try to attack us by removing our freedom of speech, we will take this all the way to the Supreme Court if need be. So, let that be a word to the Men in Black out there. You better not keep censoring us because we are fighting back and we are putting our foot down now. And no longer are you going to be censoring us and silencing us. Now is our time and we are rising now. See, all this time I've never had money to come up and do things. Now that I'm making money, boom, man. I'm about to strike now. You know, I'm bringing World War III on the Men in Black. I'm bringing World War III. See, they make these movies make them look like they're good guys with Will Smith. But in reality, they are very, very evil people. And they're so New World Order that they want to control everything. But no longer are they going to control us. No longer are they going to silence and censor us. We are fighting back now. And now that I'm making money, I'm going to use this money to rise like Atlantis. So now we go ahead and get to the talk of the day. The talk of the day will be space travel. So Elon Musk said today that he's all for a competition. He's all for because he said how he did it so affordably shows to NASA that no longer are they the big players in space, that any Joe Schmo can do this. And Elon Musk said that that since he did it cheaper than NASA, that it will encourage other countries and companies to start doing their own their own private space, not just space tourism like Richard Branson, Virgin Galactic, but actual private company space travel, getting to the moon and Mars and landing people there and establishing colonies. Elon Musk said that he thinks, but he said by this launch today, he said hopefully other countries and companies see it like, well, if he did it, that they can as well, that any Joe Schmo can do this and be done cheaper. And he said he's all for other competition because he said it'll create the second great space race and how exciting it is. And he said he doesn't mind the competition because in turn it will drive down prices of fuel costs. It will drive down costs related to the craft that is made, to the fuel that is used to get into space, and you know, GPS and navigation and drone signals and all the whole 9 yards. Everything will keep getting cheaper. So he said, by other countries and people doing this, it's good because in turn it will make his materials cheaper for Elon Musk to use as well. So that's why he said he's all for it. NASA has been controlling it for so long, and not bashing NASA. We needed NASA. They've done a lot of good. We have NASA to thank for our solar panels. And NASA is starting to not really go towards space more. They're starting to mainly just research now, like drones and data. And now it's taken upon the rich companies and rich people to start doing it themselves, because with NASA, they had to keep using company profits. They're not rich. With rich people, they can use the money they have and get more from donations, Kickstarter, and all that. Combine that with the wealth they have. So here's a prediction. Jeff Bezos, I'm predicting, may get into the space race as well, since he has over $15 billion. $15 billion, like Dr. Evil say, $15 billion. So my prediction is Jeff Bezos is going to get into a space race. He's not going to be, actually, he's not going to go fly to the moon and Mars. He's going to be investing into it. So he may invest a lot of his money into Elon Musk's stock account for his company. And I believe it's called SpaceX. I'm not sure if SpaceX is like the prize if it's a branch off from his company, but I think it is connected. I think SpaceX is Elon Musk's company. So all the rich people are going to get involved. Hopefully Richard Branson, hopefully he can have Virgin Galactic to actually go to the moon and Mars as well. If Richard Branson doesn't want to go to the moon and Mars, then I hope they can team up Elon Musk and Richard Branson together. That'd be pretty awesome. So a lot of stuff, exciting stuff happening with the space race, the second space race. Like I was saying before, it could be theory the landing on the moon was hoaxed because, one, the flag wasn't, it was moving. The flag was moving. Now there's no atmosphere on the moon. So there's no wind. So how could the flag be moving if there's no wind? That's one theory. It may be a hoax. Second theory is there's a lot of numbers like C's and letters and C and B and all that are on rocks. And they're like stage props. So it could be another sign. 3, it says, I think it says that it shows stars in the sky, the dark sky over the moon. And from what I last heard is if you're on the moon and you look out, you can't see the stars. I forgot how they said. I think they said that since the moon has no atmosphere, that you can or can't see the stars. And on the video of the moon landing, that there were stars or weren't stars, it's either vice versa, reverse. So if it was possible to see stars on the moon, that no stars were there, or if it's not possible to see stars on the moon, that stars were there. So it's either one of those two. I forgot which one. Most likely, I remember from videos that there were no stars on the video of the moon landing. I could be wrong though. I think there were stars, but you should be able to see the stars on the stars. I keep using that word a lot. You should be able to see the stars on the moon if you could see them here on Earth. I don't know if no gravity, no atmosphere has that part to play in it, but now people wonder, why does the moon glow? They say just because the sun's reflecting off it. They say that that's what's making it glow. Not entirely. Years and years of that has caused what's called H3, helium-3, and all that is embedded into the soil. So that's what gives it the glow, is the H3. Now they said you could reuse the H3 and could be speed as the speed of light. If not, you could kind of reuse the H3 to keep reusing it. Or you could do nuclear blasts in space, like nuclear bombs that propel the craft to go faster and faster. Now, there is video. They have exploded nuclear bombs in space before. And it's very weird. It just, instead of exploding out in flames, there's no flames because there's no oxygen in space. So you just see like some kind of pulse wave, just like, and that's it. Yeah, it's very big, but it's just a pulse wave. And it's not like you would expect. It's not that it pushes so many objects off course. It's not. It doesn't work like that. It seems very less in nature, but more or less it can be used to propel crafts to go almost the speed of light. A lot of big things happening with the space race. The reason you create the bubbles, cities, is because that's where all the oxygen is. And in order to make Mars habitable, you have to terraform it. First, you have to warm it up because it's too cold, then plant a lot of trees, create oxygen. So all that will take time, but it'll be that's a possible way of terraforming Mars, changing the atmosphere. There's theories you could explode nuclear bombs left and right over Mars that can make it warm up. So we'll go ahead and end the topic of the day out on that, and we'll get into a couple of EVPs, and we'll end the show out with the electronic voice phenomenon, as they are called. And with this iPhone, GhostCom app, and this phone, a Droid, the app called ADV or EVP in red letters. And with this app on this phone, you lower it all the way because it reads out the words and it could confuse what it's trying to read. Now, it hears the whispers and it reads it out. So we'll go ahead and do both at the same time to see if they match. With this app, you got to pick accuracy up about 75, sensibility up about 25, like that. And then you hit the microphone icon, sends to a red button, and you press the red button. This one, you hold it. Okay, on this one, we got the words. We got the words Chretian, Chretiien. Chretian sounds like Shrek. Shrek, Chretian. Could it be saying some other word? Charlatan? Chretian, charlatan, maybe? A dead mother? I see ghosts say this word a lot. Dead mother. Like, not my mom, but other people's moms. Could it be a certain person's mom? I hear ghosts say that word a lot. They love to they say dead mother, dead father, dead brother, dead sister. It's weird. Then the next word is deme, D-E-M-E. Next word, register, living dead, aura, chested, hern. Let's see, what can I make out of this here? So, registered living dead. Does that mean after the rapture, the living dead is gonna have the left behind are gonna have to register for the census population? I think so. That's a good one, man. After the rapture, the people left behind and the living dead are going to have to register for the census on the U.S. and global population. You know, that's a good one. And that's funny. The next word, aura-chested heron. Aura-chested. Okay, don't know what that means. Well, I colored my hair, my bangs, and it looks kind of like an aura. I'm not sure if you can see. I'll show it right now with the flashlight. On this phone, we got the words, look into the mirror. I'm... What? This is funny. Look into the mirror. Wait, hold on. Okay, look into the mirror. I'm outside of the window. Save. Now I added the word outside in order to make it make sense because the word outside is not on there. So this is how it would sound without the word outside. Look into the mirror. I'm of the window. Save. So I put the word outside to make it make sense. Now what does save mean? So look into the mirror. I'm outside of the window. So ghosts do appear outside of windows. And just for you all to see, this is how when it talks about the word aura could be maybe talk about on how I wait, what happened here? Could maybe be talking about my hair that I colored, and it looks kind of like an aura. I'm not sure if you get a good view right there. Maybe from below, that's the bottom, and it's mixed with like blue and green, a little bit of yellow. So it looks like too much yellow there because it's too close. Maybe if I move it out. See, and it looks kind of like an aura. There's a lot of blues and green. So that's what we're talking about, an aura. Okay, let's see here. We'll go ahead and do one more, and then we'll end the show out. Oh, we got time for two more. See, these are interesting because they really say what's really happening. So it does. It is accurate. This does work. I'm telling you. Okay, we'll go ahead and do two more. I know it may seem quite a little bit, but it's fun because while it's waiting to load, I keep showing the words, so that way it won't be boring waiting for the words to come up. So I try to keep the show as interactive as possible. So that's why I use two phones. First, I was just going to use this phone. Then I thought, I gotta have both phones because this app don't work on this one and this app don't work on this one. So we'll go ahead and do two more. Okay, we got the words. Let's see here. We got the word scarred, suspended, atenuate, graze, tributa, non non non-accessible, soja, shrouded, whetzel, comedia, sahara, respirator. Now, the word attenuate, actuate. Attenuate means to be attentive. Tributa could be saying tribute, tribal, something. Non-accessible means non-accessible. Soja, maybe sofa. Weasel, Sahara Desert, respirator. So, let's see. I don't know what to make of this here. Scarred, suspended. So something is being scarred and suspended, then grazed in a tribe that is not accessible, of some kind of sofa shrouded with a weasel. Sounds funny, but I hope I can receive powerful predictions with this. Then comedia, Sahara respirator. So there's basically a lot of stuff happening in a desert, in a tribe, and something is shrouded. And comedia, that sounds like comida, that's food in Spanish. So some kind of tribe is not letting people eat in the desert. Now, what I think it could mean terrorists like ISIS. You know how they're kidnapping people and holding them for ransom, and and they probably don't let them eat. And the Middle East is all in the desert. So I think he's talking about ISIS and how they're kidnapping people. This one here says, okay, let's see here. Ah, so many words. A piece like a puzzle. Okay, this goes here. Oh, let's see here. All right, let's see here. I see the words. I love and think me shirts, lights, and love awaits in heaven. So I think of love and light and my shirt glowing is basically what I see, what it says here. So the ghosts are saying they like how my shirt glows in the background, how it's neon glowing, and it's saying that heaven awaits, that is coming. So basically, ghosts saying that they like the show, basically. So we'll go ahead and do one more, and then we'll end the show out there. Whoa, this is crazy. The reason I was so shocked is because I saw the words here. Did you guys see this? This could be my first official prediction. I see the words Portland, then bomb, then empire. So could terrorists be planning to bomb Portland, or Portland, Oregon, or Portlandia? I think Portlandia is somewhere in England. So bomb Portland Empire. Let me Google to see where Portland is. Well, how many Portlands are there? I think I had my first official prediction here. Let's see. So on this phone, I got the words. Others lead upset pants, or others lead pants upset. You know, very, very funny words, you know. So I don't know what to make of that right there. I guess all the immorality going on, especially in the summers, people showing too much. They need to clean themselves up, especially on the beaches and water places around water pools. People are showing too much. They need to cover up. I think that's what that one's saying. So we got what? Oh my God, we got Portland bomb empire. Okay, let me see where Portland is. Now, of course, showing it like this might make terrorists do it also. But if there's already something in the works being planned, hopefully I could prevent a bombing in Portland, Oregon. So a lot of people may argue that, oh, if you're showing the words, that it's going to make terrorists actually go do it. Self-fulfilling prophecy, they call it. But maybe it's bigger than that. Maybe the terrorists are already planning something, and I could. It's hard to help out. It's hard to like. Do I call them Portland, city of Portland, and tell them I think there could be a bomb happening there? I mean, they might label me as a suspect, as whatchamacallit, making a bomb threat. I'm just saying I'm seeing something weird here. It's Portland. It's in Oregon, by Vancouver. And that's weird because Vancouver, people know that as Canada. I think that is Canada. I'm not sure. Because you know Portland is right next to Canada. This is weird. That's Portland right there. See how Canada's right above it, Vancouver. I'm almost certain it's Canada. So I plan to send this to the people of Portland, the city officials there. I just don't know how to do it. I don't want to be seen as making a bomb threat or what's it called, causing a scene. Even if you call to say, yo, I got this EVP, and they still classify you as making a bomb threat. So I don't know how to warn people. Warning you all here, you're seeing it live. I'm warning everyone on YouTube right now that there could be something in the works here of a bomb, a terrorist in Portland. Now, Empire, America, Canada, Empire. So, okay, maybe it could be planning to attack something in a building in Portland that relates to the government. Like, there's Washington State. A lot of people confuse Washington State with Washington, D.C. So it's right next to Washington State. So could something be happening? Could the bomb attack be happening in Washington State instead of Portland, even though it's right next? Or could it be some kind of government building in Portland, Oregon? So I think it's saying that the terrorists are planning to bomb a government building in Portland, Oregon. Now, this could mean a government building. I don't know what kind of government building it might be. something that works directly with the government or maybe just the city. So, yo, I don't know how to handle this here. I am seeing an official. This looks like right here. Make sure you all get this here. So, I don't want to just leave it like this and it comes to pass and I say, oh, look, everyone, I had predicted this a couple of days ago through the CVP app. I would like to actually prevent it. What if this attack may kill a bunch of people, injure a bunch of people? This is one example how I want to prevent other bombings in even other countries also. So this is really big. What's happening right here? This is what I was trying to accomplish here is trying to predict events happening, and this could be a major big one here. So I want to get this to the authorities, to the people in Portland, Oregon. I just don't know how to do it. So I'm gonna send them a couple of emails first, so they could be on a heightened state of alert. It's crazy, you know. I hope I could predict every attack, and not just terrorists. I hope I could predict earthquakes, natural disasters. I hope I could predict people shooting up places. They're not real Arab Muslim terrorists. They're like any race. So I hope I can. I hope this is just a start of predicting things. It's hard to predict things because you get seen as you say it's going to happen, then people do it. So this is very, very tricky. I don't know how to do this, but I have this here. Let's hope nothing happens. But we all should be a heightened state of alert all day, every day. So this is weird here. So we'll go ahead and end the show out there. I hope more powerful predictions start to come. You guys saw it right there. It's weird. So I hope nothing bad happens. And we'll go ahead and end the show out there. Please like, share, subscribe. Please tell everyone you know to like, share, and subscribe. And hopefully the angels of God can start revealing prophecies and predictions to me so I could be not just the only hero of this world. We all can be heroes. We all got to rise up and come together, live as one, the family of God. Jesus is returning soon. God bless. Amen. Peace.